I decided to take a hike in the nearby woods on a hot summer day. I had heard that there were some great trails in the area, and I was looking forward to getting out of the city and into nature for a bit. As I set out on the trail, the sun was shining bright and the birds were singing. I was feeling good and enjoying the peacefulness of the woods. But as I hiked further into the forest, I began to notice that the trees were getting thicker and thicker, and the underbrush was becoming denser. I realized I was getting deeper into the woods that I had intended, and I hadn't been this far before. Usually I don't go that far when I'm alone. Suddenly, out of the corner of my eye, I thought I saw something move. I stopped in my tracks and looked closer. I'm always wary if there's a bear or a cougar or anything else that lives in this area. But whatever I saw wasn't there. It was just something in my imagination or something, or I had moved out of the frame and had wandered off, wasn't there anymore. I continued on my journey, walking on the trail, just thinking about work and, normal everyday stuff. When out of the corner of my eye, again, I thought I saw some kind of a humanoid figure. I turned to the right. I thought to myself, was that a Bigfoot? I couldn't believe my eyes. I'd always been fascinated by the idea of the legendary creature, but I never actually thought that I would see one in real life or if they really existed. Quickly, I pulled out my camera and tried to snap a few pictures, but when I looked at them later, there was nothing there. They were all blurry, and you couldn't see any creature at all. I couldn't tell if what I had seen was actually a Bigfoot or just my imagination playing tricks on me. As the day went on, I continued to hike deeper into the woods. The sun began to set, and the sky turned orange and pink. I was enjoying the beauty of the forest, but I couldn't shake the feeling that maybe I had seen a Bigfoot. Maybe this wasn't the smartest idea to stay out here. Every now and then, I would hear a hoot or a holler in the distance, but I just figured those were probably, other animals making noises, maybe an owl off in the distance. I had never seen anything clearly, so I thought, what am I worried about? As it got darker and darker, I realized that I was lost. Well, maybe not lost, but it was too dark to see the way back, and there were some spots where I knew if I tried to go back, I would kind of lose my way. I began to feel a sense of panic rising in my chest. I was alone in the woods in the dark, and I had no idea how to get back to civilization. I knew that I needed to find shelter for the night and to try to figure out a plan in the morning. As I stumbled through the darkness, looking for a good spot to set up camp, I heard something rustling in the bushes. I froze, listened closely. Was it the Bigfoot? I couldn't tell. All I knew was that whatever it was big, and it was getting closer. I quickly set up a small campfire and huddled close to it, trying to stay warm and keep the darkness at bay. I knew that I needed to stay alert and be ready for anything. As the night went on, I heard all sorts of strange noises, hoots, hollers, owls, birds, as well as the rustling in the bushes again. I couldn't tell if it was the Bigfoot or just the sounds of the forest at night, but I knew that I needed to be careful and stay alert. As the night went on, I began to relax a little bit. I realized that I was probably safe and nothing had happened yet, and I wouldn't be able to find my way out of the woods until morning anyways, and what good was it going to do to sit there panicky? And so I calmed down a little bit and was able to fall asleep. In the morning, I woke up to the sound of birds singing. I felt refreshed and ready to make my way back to the car. I packed up my camp and set out on the trail. It was a beautiful morning, and I was determined to find my way out of the woods. As I hiked, I saw all sorts of wildlife: deer, rabbits, raccoons, as well as some sort of birds. I never saw the Bigfoot again, and I don't even know if I saw the Bigfoot in the first place. But to this day, I will still like to think that I did.